approves 2024 draft budget of over 258 billion naira. APC set for total takeover of Southeast states. Massive explosion causes chaos in Seychelles. In sports, Egypt secures 2027 African Games hosting right. This is the MLC TV Global News reaching you live from the city of Lokoja, the confluence state of Nigeria. I am Jennifer Odimayo. Thanks for joining us. Kogi State Government Executive Council has approved the proposed draft budget of over 258 billion naira for the year 2024. The proposed budget was tagged the budget of consolidation and continuity for inclusive growth. During the week's ESCO meeting held in the government's ESCO Hall, Lokoja, during a press briefing, the State Commissioners for Information and Communications, Kingsley Fan, and his colleague of Finance, Budget and Economic Planning, Ashiru Asiwaju Idris, disclosed to journalists the approval of the internal road construction of the new State University, Kaba, as well as mapped out the construction of 8.6 km of Gaminana or Bangede Okaito Road in Okehi local government area, among others, received approval. Our reporter Faith Abdulgafar tells us more.
Briefing Government House journalists after the ESCO meeting, Kogi State Commissioner for Information and Communications, Kingsley Fan, said ESCO has approved the review of the contract for reconstruction of the 9 km Zone 8 dual carriage road, among others.
ESCO considered and approved the contract for the infrastructural development at the Kogi State University, Kaba. This is to the tune of about 1.2 billion naira. Also, Council approved the contract for the construction of internal road network at the Kogi State University, Kaba. This to the tune of over 1.8 billion naira. Council also approved the review of contract for the reconstruction of 9 km Zone 8 Junction Dual Carriageway, Lokoja. When fixed, this will serve a lot of institutions in the state, including the Confluence Stadium, the Central Bank of Nigeria, the High Court of Justice, and a lot of other A-list institutions of government along that road. Council also approved a contract for the procurement and installation of road stud lights at major roundabouts and road sections in Lokoja, the capital of Kogi State. Council approved contracts for the procurement and installation of solar-powered street lights at the Kogi State University, Kaba. Council also approved contracts for the procurement and installation of solar-powered street lights at Confluence University of Science and Technology, Osara.
He said the council equally approved the construction of additional work on the library at the Confluence University of Science and Technology, COSTECH, Osara, which he said will improve the students' research and study.
Council also today approved the contract for additional works on the ongoing construction of Senate building at the Confluence University of Science and Technology, Osara. Council also approved the construction of 8.6 kilometers of Gaminana or Bangede or Kaito Road with spur at Ajaokuta Road. This is to ensure that we have a very good road network around that place in Okehi, local government area of the state. Council approved additional works on the construction of a library at the Confluence University of Science and Technology, Osara. This is going to be a state-of-the-art library to conform with global standards and to ensure that our students at that specialized university have the benefit of a world-class library. Council unanimously condemned the wave of politically motivated violence in the state and has called specifically on the state director of the DSS and the Commissioner of Police to immediately arrest the tide before it degenerates. Also, Council found that a situation where politicians overheat the system and urge politicians who are dissatisfied with the political decision of the Kogi State people to approach the right authorities rather than causing violence in the state.
Fan also said the bill to repeal and reenact the Customary Court of Appeal Law 2008 and the State Area Court Law 1991 were considered.
Council also approved the transmission of a bill to amend the Kogi State Local Government Law 2000. When this is finally done, we'll be able to shed more light on it, but we'll wait for the good job that will be done by the State House of Assembly before we speak elaborately on this. Council also approved a bill seeking to repeal and reenact the Customary Court of Appeal Law 2008. Council approved a bill to establish the Kogi State Animal Disease Control Law 2023 as a very proactive government. We are not oblivious of certain happenings around the state. As you are aware, some of the things that happened in Mopamaro, where we have a lot of dog bites not quite long ago. We have been proactive to ensure that people are protected, and also animals are protected from the spread of diseases. And finally, from this end, Council approved a bill to repeal and reenact the Area Court Law of 1991.
The Commissioner for Finance, Budget and Economic Planning, Asiwaju Idris Ashiru, disclosed that the 2024 proposed appropriation bill of over 258 billion naira was approved to be presented to the State House of Assembly in the following week.
The Council approved the 2024 budget, the budget of consolidation and continuity for inclusive growth. The total expenditure of the budget, both recurrent and capital, is 258 billion, 278,501,339 naira. Also, the Council approved the total revenue budget or estimated budget of the same amount. The budget approved a balanced budget of 258 billion, 278,501,339 naira. The Council equally approved a sum of 109 million for the Kogi State Integrated Infrastructure Master Plan.
Meanwhile, the Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Wemi Jones, and the Commissioner for Rural Development and Energy Supply, Mohammed Abdulmutalib, took turns to also inform the reporters of ESCO's decision on their ministries and activities.
The government recently released the sum of 497 million plus to the Ministry of Education, Science and Tech for the payment of WAEC fees for students in SS3 classes in public schools in Kogi State. At today's council meeting, the issue of institutionalizing this policy was considered and unanimously approved. So relevant laws will be enacted through the Kogi State House of Assembly that will make this policy a practice in our state under subsequent administrations.
Various projects that concern electrification, which has been carried out, and different intervention program, which His Excellency has given approval and they are carried out, cut across the 3 senatorial districts. Memo was presented to the Council for the ratification of the upgrading of 75 mm XLP cable on Muritala Mohammed Bridge. That has been carried out. Equally, so many equipment improvement and intervention of a transformer installation that has taken place in the central was equally rectified. And again, the rehabilitation of some of the equipment and relocation of lines along bush path on the western side of the state was equally rectified.
Wemi said the council passionately condemned the reported extortion case of students by some secondary schools under various guises.
The issue of school administrators and school heads extorting students and their parents was considered and was frowned at. As a matter of fact, this unwholesome practice of school administrators, school heads, examination officers, extorting students under different guises, PTA, examination fees, and what have you, is so condemnable and will be frowned at very seriously. Going forward, the Ministry of Education will take very decisive steps to go against these rather unfortunate practices that has been with us for a very long period of time.
Earlier, the state governor and the chairman of the Executive Council, Yahaya Bello, sent his condolences to the people and government of Kaduna State and his counterpart, Governor Uba Sani, over the loss of lives in Tudunbili village, Igabi local government area of the state as a result of the bombing of the area.
I start by condoling our Honorable Commissioner for Works over the death of his dear wife. We have earlier observed a minute silence in her honor. May her soul continue to rest in perfect peace. And on behalf of the government and the good people of Kogi State, we equally condole and commiserate with my colleague, the governor of Kaduna State, Senator Obasani, the government and the good people of Kaduna State over the unfortunate incident that happened in the state, where there was a mistaken identity of some bandits and then civilians, including women and children, lost their lives. We pray that God Almighty will give the family of the deceased the fortitude to bear the irreparable loss.
He urged the Nigerian Armed Forces to remain resolute in its mission to eradicate crime and criminals in the region. Governor Bello subsequently at the meeting inaugurated the newly appointed Commissioner for Special Duties to Bashir Lawan, who had earlier received clearance from the Kogi State House of Assembly alongside with the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs. I am Faith Abdul-Ghaffar reporting for MLC TV.
The Minister of Steel Development, Prince Shaibu Audu, has requested 35 billion naira funding from financial institutions to revive the moribund Ajaokuta Steel Company. The ministry's Chief Information Officer, Tine Lulom Maureen, in a statement explained that the minister revealed this when he received a delegation from Stanbic IBTC Bank at its headquarters in Abuja. Prince Shaibu said the collaboration with financial institutions was to seek the best financing options to restart the light steel mill in Ajaokuta and kickstart iron rod production. He disclosed that the ministry has an existing agreement with the Works Ministry to be off-takers of the rod produced, as well as with the Ministry of Defense to build a military complex in Ajaokuta. Earlier, the Chief Executive Officer, Stanbic Bank, Wale Adeniyi, who was represented by Head of Industrials, Debola Seriki, expressed the bank's willingness to partner with the ministry while requesting further details for their consideration towards realizing the project. The statement added that the minister met with top management of United Bank for Africa and Voda Infrastructure Management Limited, with a view to ensuring that funds are raised for the immediate takeoff of the project for sustainable development of the steel sector. The Corporate Affairs Commission (CAC) and the Federal Inland Revenue Service (FIRS) have agreed to reinvigorate their existing collaboration in realizing their respective mandates. The indication was given during a visit to the FIRS Executive Chairman Zak Adedeji by the CAC Registrar General CEO Hussaini Ishaq Magaji San. The Registrar General said the visit was to further cement their existing collaboration between the CAC and the FIRS and as well familiarize with them. Hussaini Magaji, who spoke on the Commission's mandate and its relationship with the FIRS, noted with delight that the CAC had created a platform for integration with the FIRS, thereby making the process of registration seamless, and stressed the need for greater cooperation between the two agencies that are strategic to the economy of Nigeria, especially as it relates to revenue generation. Responding, the FIRS Executive Chairman Zak Adedeji stressed the need to have a robust interagency relationship in order to make FIRS platform better. Adedeji added that while the CAC registers and nurtures companies, the FIRS awaits the company to mature before it begins to assess them. The chairman of the All Progressive Congress (APC), Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, says President Tinubu has approved party's blueprint for political liberation of southeastern states. Dr. Ganduje, who stated this when he received Senator Ifeanyi Uba, Senator Uche Ekunyefe, and other party stalwarts from Anambra State at the APC National Secretariat in Abuja, expressed optimism that with the newly approved blueprint, Anambra would become an APC-controlled state in 2025. He said it will be in the interest of the southeast geopolitical zone, pushing to produce an occupant of the exalted seat of the presidency to join the APC fold. He added that the liberal revolution is starting from Anambra and the party will test its popularity with the citizenry in the southeast geopolitical zone with the 2025 Anambra State Governorship Poll. Other governors in attendance include Kwara State Governor and Chairman Nigerian Governors Forum Abdurrahman Abdulrazak, Governor Abdullahi Sule of Nasarawa State, and Governor Mai Mala Bune of Yobe State. We'll go on a short break now. We'll be right back.
The time as suggested in the motion.
From 31st January to June 31st, 2023, say aye. Aye. Those against say nay, the ayes have it.
Do you know what it takes to lead? Do you understand what is politics? Do you have issues concerning the way we play politics? Do you have reservations about some political mugu? Do you want to serve or be served? Do you want to contest? Do you want to occupy any political office or be in charge of your world? All this and many more are what we discuss right here in the political arena. A program where we trash and arrange, condemn and commend, celebrate and blame all that play out in politics. Do not be told. We throw more light on why we play politics the way we do and how we can play it better. Political arena, building a government of the people and for the people. Don't miss it.
Welcome back. And on crime, Kogi State Commissioner of Police CP Bertrand Unuaha has ordered a thorough and diligent investigation into the attacked secretary to Kogi State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal, David Umar Mike, by hoodlums. The command's public relations officer, SP William Aya, in a statement explained that on the 4th of December 2023, at about 20 minutes past 6 in the evening, David Umar Mike, male, who is the secretary to Kogi State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal alongside two others, reported to the police that they were attacked just before the CBN while they were heading to the office. David said the attackers came in an SUV vehicle which had earlier overtaken them and blocked his car with two other SUVs following behind. The command appealed to anyone with useful information on the alleged incident to provide same to the command, stressing that the public will be updated as investigation progresses. Meanwhile, the president of the Court of Appeal, Justice Monica Dongban Mensem, has relocated sitting of the Kogi State Off-Cycle Governorship Election Petition Tribunal from Lokoja to Abuja. Secretary of the Tribunal, David Umar Mike, who announced the relocation in a statement, noted that the Tribunal will now hold its sitting at the National Judicial Institute on Umar Yar'Adua Way, Abuja. The statement urged litigants to take note of the venue change. Mike was, however, silent on the reason behind the relocation. Customs have raised alarm that smugglers are using fake presidential number plates for illegal importation into Nigeria. The Comptroller, Nigeria Customs Service, NCS Federal Operations Unit, FOU, Zone B, Kaduna, Chedi Wada, disclosed this when he received non-zonal manager Bashar Rabe Mani in Kaduna Zonal Office, who paid him a courtesy call. Wada pointed out that the smugglers have been using fake presidential number plates to deliver vehicles across the country, stressing that the said fake number plates belong to various states and local governments, MDAs, emirate councils, and other governmental institutions. He, however, said the custom will not relent and will continue to do its best by not allowing smugglers to use the old tactics to smuggle luxurious vehicles into the country. And on the foreign scene, Seychelles President Wavel Ramkalawan has issued a state of emergency after a blast at an explosive store injured scores of people and brought the country to a standstill. It is unclear if there were any casualties following the explosion. According to a statement from the president's office, schools have been closed and only essential workers are permitted free movement after the explosion caused massive damage in the Providence industrial area and surrounding area. The country has also recently experienced heavy rains and flooding that has caused major destruction, the statement added. Over now to Jonah Malik for the sport update.
Hello and glad to have you on Sport Update on MLC TV Global News. I am Jonah Malik. Thanks for joining me. The Association of National Olympic Committees of Africa, ANOCA, has granted Egypt the right to host the 2027 African Games. President of ANOCA, Mustafa Brav, formally notified the president of the Egyptian Olympic Committee, Engineer Hisham Hattab, acknowledging Egypt's dedication and leadership through a formal letter conveying the esteemed hosting rights. ANOCA expressed gratitude to Egypt and President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi for their contribution during the important meetings. The Egyptian National Olympic Committee, ENOC, had earlier sent a request to ANOCA voicing interest in hosting the game. Egypt's successful bid highlights the nation's established presence in hosting prestigious tournaments, having previously organized events like the 2021 World Handball Cup, African Cup of Nations, AFCON 2006 and 2019, as well as the Under-20 African Nations Cup in 2022, among others. This is the second time Egypt is hosting the African Games, having hosted the continent in Cairo in 1991. Still on sports, Super Eagles and Napoli striker Victor Osimhen is to battle Mohamed Salah of Egypt and Morocco's Hakimi for the 2023 CAF Men's Player of the Year award. The final three shortlist was announced by CAF on their X handle. Osimhen is hoping to become the first Nigerian since Nwankwo Kanu in 1999 to win the award. Other Nigerians who made the final shortlist in their different categories include Asisat Oshola, Deborah Abiodun, and Chiamaka Enadozie. The winner will be announced on Monday, 11th December in Marrakech, Morocco. And that's all on Sports Updates. I am Jonah Malik reporting. Back to Akasta for more stories.
Thank you, Jonah. For the latest entertainment news, let's join Joy Dada.
Welcome to today's entertainment segment I am Joy Dada. In Africa, a renowned Lagos prophet, Olujobi, has recently made bold predictions for the year 2024, specifically shedding light on the future of Nigerian music heavyweights, Davido, Wizkid, and Naira Marley. Prophet Bisi Olujobi, the spiritual leader of the Wisdom Church of Christ International in Lagos, makes a number of predictions regarding the entertainment sector in Nigeria. Recall that Naira Marley was just freed from custody after being held for several weeks by the police on the suspicion of being involved in Mohbad's untimely death. Prophet Olujobi, in his prophecy regarding him, stated that the singer should not heave a sigh of relief yet. He said more trouble is on the way for the young man, and this will finally silence his musical career permanently, implying that the musician's problems are not yet finished. On Wizkid's part, he said the singer should be advised to pray very well now that he see him being bereaved again as a result of the strong covenant he see him struggling with. He remarked of Davido that he should look more inward and be strategic as his career is gradually coming to an abrupt end. And the foreign scene, American rapper B. Capri, popularly known as Kodak Black, has been arrested for cocaine possession, evidence tampering, and violation of his existing probation. The 26-year-old was arrested in South Florida. A police statement said the rapper was found asleep in a Bentley with drugs on him at about 3 a.m. in Plantation. Recalls in January 2021, former U.S. President Donald Trump committed Black's 46-month prison sentence for falsifying information on federal funds to buy firearms on his last full day in office. The rapper previously served 7 months in Florida prison on charges of marijuana possession, child neglect, grand theft of firearm, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. He has also been previously charged with weapons possession, armed robbery, sexual assault, probation violations, and fleeing from officers. Thanks for joining me, Joy Dada, reporting for MLC TV.
Thank you, Joy. A former General Secretary of the Nigerian Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers, NUPENG, Chief Frank Kokori, has died in the early hours of Thursday, December 7, 2023. Chief Kokori's personal assistant, Atawada Bare Oke, who confirmed the death of the late All Progressive Congress APC chieftain in a statement, explained that Kokori died on his birthday at the age of 80 after an illness. May his soul rest in peace. That is the size of our package. Do support us by subscribing to our YouTube channel Malachi TV. Like and follow our Facebook pages MLC TV, MLC TV2, MLC TV Yoruba, and Igbiravabe MLC TV. Instagram MLC TV 2021, X handle Malachi TV, and TikTok Malachite_TV. For your event coverage, appearance on any of our programs, contributions, comments, advert placement, or sponsorship, please call or send SMS to any of our numbers displayed on your screen. Join Malachi TV on weekends to watch our various programs: Saturday 7 p.m. Political Arena, Sunday 6 p.m. Women's World, and Monday 9 a.m. The Opinion. It is Malachi TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone. Please be your brother's keeper to build a happier and better society together. I am Jennifer Odimayo. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.